Okay, on the phone right now. I'm very excited. Archer, Season 7, currently going on right now. Thursdays, 10 p.m. on FX. And we are fortunate enough to talk to two of the stars of this show. Please welcome to the show, Amber Nash and Lucky Yates. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
How are you?
Just grand. How are you?
We're all right. We've been very fortunate to talk to everybody from Archer. I think the last 3 years, the last 3 seasons, mostly was at Comic-Con.
Yeah, right.
It's hard to get around, get near these people. Whenever when they're all together, everyone is just trying to rush to the room where they are to try to get press interviews or get stuff signed or just photos, things like that. Archer is a huge deal.
I was going to say some people might say the show is, popular, Eric.
Yeah.
So it's
Most of the time, honestly, people just want to talk to Aisha, and me and Lucky just stand near Aisha, so it looks like we're also really popular.
It's fun to pretend you're famous for a few years.
Who's the guy smiling in the bow tie?
Yeah. What a weirdo.
Yes.
Must be her bodyguard.
Season 7 is underway, and the writing just keeps getting better and better on this show. And as we said earlier, that there's a lot of funny, dumb, off-putting things, but they're very cleverly written. So each year, the writing is just, it didn't start off at a spot where the show was a little stiff or getting its legging. Right out the gate, it was already reckless and bizarre and too much at some points, but you loved it. And the writing has just only gotten better as each season has come along.
Totally. It's because Adam Reed is a crazy genius.
Yeah, everything is written by Adam. There's this myth out there that there are these writers, that there are these staff writers and stuff like that, but there's not. It's Adam. It's insane. He writes it all. It's so nuts that it all comes from one guy.
We should protect him more than we do, because if something happened to him, we're all screwed.
So is he just sit in a room with caffeine, just writing?
Well,
yeah, as far as we know.
Sleep in a chamber and live in a bubble.
Does he scream at you if you get his words wrong? And it's like, that's not what I wrote.
No, he's so opposite of that. He's so cool, and he's happy to let us improvise. I think that's actually why he likes to work with Lucky and I, is because we're improv people, but we don't actually even have to improvise because it's all written so amazingly, but he doesn't care. He doesn't think his words are too precious, or he doesn't even believe that he's the genius that we all tell him that he is. He's just a super cool dude.
That's great that he's one of those guys, like, here's point A where you start, and here's point B where you have to finish. See what you can come up with and see how you draw the line there.
Yep.
You screw around, because we go line by line. We don't record together or anything like that. We record separately. So you record line by line, and, you start playing with it. After you do it a couple of times, and then you just start messing around with stuff.
Do you at any point, have you guys all recorded together, or has it always been a separate process?
It's always been separate.
So you never get to play act with each other in the room?
No, and that's kind of my dream. It's a lot cheaper to do it the way that we do it because you don't have to get everybody in one room, and it takes a lot less time if everybody does it separately. But my dream is that if we get to 100 episodes or something, we'll do a special episode where we all get to record together, because it sounds like a lot of fun, and we've never been able to do it.
They do it on Bob's Burgers all the time.
Yeah, I was going to say they did The Simpsons live. Bob's Burgers does it a lot of times. There's one other show that does it too, and I can't think of it off the top. But this would be something great to do it like the Hollywood Bowl,
I was thinking just even at Comic-Con, just out of an Archer panel.
Tour a couple of years ago. There was an Archer live tour, and the bulk of us were on it.
Oh man, I missed that.
Yeah, damn.
Put out a DVD. Get it on Netflix. I want to talk about the characters for a little bit, because over 7 seasons, I've noticed that they're not where they were when they started in their life. They've grown in some ways, they de-evolved in others, but Krieger's character has not done anything. He's remained exactly the same.
Has he? Yeah, I guess he has. He's just sort of learned more.
His whole
He's
life.
timeless.
Yeah, his whole life is, if you put a roadblock in front of him, he just goes, okay, and then he'll make the left and then go that direction. Never course correction or figuring out, maybe I should be a better person or work together. No, he just has his, narrowed tunnel vision and just still remains the same. And I love the fact that he is not really, he's still very true to that character. He's not changed in any way. Where Pam started off where they all didn't like her, and eventually has been brought into their inner circle. And even though they still don't treat her the best, they don't mind if she's tagging along on what they're doing.
Right, because they know that at the end of the day, if they need to be saved, that Pam's the only person that'll probably ever be able to do it.
Right.
She's the muscle.
Yeah, all they do is...
I would say Pam and Cheryl had the two sort of most drastic changes from the very, first couple of episodes to who they were in the show to, now. Pam went from just sort of stuffy HR lady to, this balls-out brawler and, total, complete badass.
Yeah, they just hulk her up.
And Cheryl has just become absolutely insane.
Even kookier.
Her march to madness over the course of the seasons has been brilliant. She's absolutely bug nuts, man. I love it.
They do something to Cheryl's character in the last few seasons where it's been revealed early on that she seems to like a lot of physical role play and dominance.
Yeah.
It turns her on, but now they just subtly put in scenes that you don't really pay attention to much, where if they get pissed off at her, somebody grabs her neck and crushes her windpipe. She goes, and then it looks like she's having an orgasm.
Yeah.
She's loving it every time. But it's just happening in the back.
In the episode last night, Pam decks her a couple of times. She's off on it each time.
Yeah. She goes, Cheryl's character goes to smack somebody and realizes she can't smack the people in front of her, so she does a 180, smacks Pam, and Pam just sticks her fist out stiff, punches her dead in the face. And she goes down, and then she comes up 10 seconds later, and she's all horned up.
Yeah, they're a perfect pair.
Do we dabble back in Pam's cocaine addiction again?
I don't think so. I think Pam is
she's
okay,
moved
I did
on,
that, and now I'm back to being who I am.
Okay.
So I don't think we're going to see that ever again. Maybe she'll get a new kind of addiction, but I don't know. Just being herself, I think, is totally fine. She's got addiction to euros or something.
Pam, out of everybody, it seems that Pam kind of learns her lessons from time to time. You know what I mean, Pam? Pam figures out, because she's the one that kind of owned up at the end of the season, I think I got a problem.
This isn't a good idea.
Yeah, and one of the reasons I think Pam is so great, and probably why everybody thinks she's so great, is that, she just does what she wants and is unapologetic about it. But it's never mean-spirited or anything like that. She's just a brash, awesome lady.
Yeah.
And I think she learns her lessons. You know what I mean? I think if you pressed Adam for true answers, he'd go yeah, Pam always learns and moves on.
Totally.
If you could, for the audience who may not have discovered Archer and they're looking to do so here, can you tell us what happened at the end of last season to where we started off with season 7?
Oh my God, Lucky, can you do that? Because I don't think I can.
Yeah, so at the end of last season, we were subcontractors for the CIA, and we did a fantastic voyage, a couple of episodes where we got shrunk down and went into some famous scientist's body, some guy that had, the cure for something. And we had to make it out of the body in a certain, in 60 minutes or something like that. Or else we'd expand. We were going to expand back to normal size. And we had to make it out of there, and we blew it, and we exploded the guy. And, the CIA banned us from ever having anything to do with the spy game ever again. So we could no longer be spies, freelance or otherwise. And so Archer had the brilliant idea of becoming private detectives, and so we picked up and moved to L.A. We used to be a New York-based crew, but now we're in L.A.
I just have
done.
I just have a question. Do you guys watch any other cartoons?
Lucky
I
watches
do.
a lot. I don't.
What do you watch?
I'm a huge Venture Brothers and Rick and Morty guy.
Nice. I knew I liked Lucky.
I'm all about the mad science. I'm fanatical about both of those shows.
Venture
Nice.
Brothers and Archer, even though totally different writers and production companies and things like that, seem to be cut from the same cloth. It's taking
they're weird,
something that
cousin shows.
Yeah, they take something that's old and familiar, and then they go, "We're just gonna fuck with this," and then we're just gonna keep fucking with this.
I see. We see Doc and Jackson at cons and stuff all the time, and they're both huge Archer fans. And they love that the two shows coexist, because we do. We just sort of cover same themes and just general feels and vibes of things, but never really tread upon each other's territory. It's really great.
You know, you guys did the infamous Bob's Burgers crossover.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Archer is played by H. John Benjamin, who's also Bob from Bob's Burgers. Maybe at some point, you know, throw some weight around there and we get a Archer Venture Brothers crossover.
I doubt that would happen because only because of their network differences. And Bob's and Archer are both in the Fox family.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, they'd love to do an Archer, the Americans crossover, and then Lucky and I will just have like some cameos on the Americans.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
What are they doing? I have no idea.
Man, I'd love to see like Brock and Archer team up. That'd be great.
Yes.
The current storyline that, at least from the few episodes that FX allowed us to see, involves you guys surrounding I guess, sort of a washed-up actress trying to make a comeback, Veronica Dean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Patton Oswalt plays her lawyer that screws all this up. Patton is great at everything he does.
He's so great.
I have not seen anything that Patton has been asked to be a part of where it's like, you know, Patton doesn't really fit in this situation. He could be sitting on like with Bill Maher, and he's perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's one of the most well-rounded guys out there. He's super smart, and he's also a big fan of the show. I think it's one of the reasons he got on it, because he gushes about it so much.
I think that's Patton's M.O. He just really likes a show, and then he just begs until he can be part of it.
Yeah.
That's how he
I
got on
don't
S.H.I.E.L.D., too, isn't it?
I don't even think he has to beg. He's at that level now where
Just
his
asks
name is so
politely.
big enough, and he goes, hey, you know what? You know, I'm kind of a big fan of Arrow. And all of a sudden, there he is on Arrow.
I'd be all right with that.
There's
to hit that status.
one day, Lucky, one day. There's some other great guest stars this season. You have Keegan-Michael Kay.
Oh, yeah, as one of the officers, right?
Right, from
Yeah.
from Key and Peele. You got John Glasser and John Daly, I saw was on there. We only saw 3 episodes, and the 3rd episode airs next week.
Right.
Thursdays, 10 p.m. on FX. Are there any other guest stars showing up this season?
Yeah, Keegan-Michael Key's partner, when they're the cops together, the Harrison Dietrich, which is actually a Barney Miller reference.
No Wojciechowicz?
It's it's Keegan-Michael Key and J.K. Simmons.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I knew it was J.K. Simmons.
He's the other cop.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Jinx.
So Oscar winners are doing Archer. How you like them apples?
Yeah, we made it.
Well, what can we look forward to for Krieger this season here?
Oh, typical madness. He really fucks everything up again. Pretty good. So it's pretty great. He remains par for the course.
There was a scene in I think the first episode where they're talking about having to break in and crack a safe. So they're thinking, you know, the electronics and stuff to digitally do the safe. He's lighting this huge propane torch, and it's just huge flame. It's too hot and blinding everybody in the room. Like, what are you doing? And he's like, well, he had a love for the classics of how you would cut through an old banker's safe.
It's a thermal lance. It's from the movie Thief with James Caan.
There you go.
That was referencing, and so yeah, he wants to be legendary no matter what they do. I think it should be done in a big way.
It never quite works for him.
No, of course not. He's an idiot.
And what do we look forward to for Pam here? Does she find love?
You know what? I was always hoping that would happen this season. Every time I got a new episode, I was like, maybe this is the one where Pam finds love. She doesn't. She doesn't find love this season.
Aww.
But she's definitely out in the field a little bit more, mixing it up with the other guys, which is super fun. No love yet, though. And I was hoping, too, for another, like, Poovy Farms episode, because I really just want to see more Poovy Farms. None of that this season either, but lots of fun.
Okay.
Very cool.
Well, look for it, everyone. Season 7 is currently on Thursday nights, 10 p.m. on FX. Episode 2 just aired. 3, obviously, next week. Are all the seasons, they're not up on Netflix, are they?
I'm not sure.
5 is for sure.
It just came out on DVD, right?
Right.
So it'll probably
maybe 6 will be up around Christmas.
Yeah, somewhere a few months, several months. I don't know.
All right, don't be cheap. Go out and buy the DVD
Go
sets
buy 'em.
and plow through. Have your own binge weekend of Archer. trust me, it's very well written. It's very well produced. It's worth your time and effort to.
It's a smart, funny show.
You guys, thank you guys so much. I don't know if you're going to be at San Diego or New York Comic Con this year, since Archer is already airing now. But
we'll be in San Diego for sure.
All right,
awesome.
We'll be broadcasting down there as well from the floor. So we'd like to make arrangements. We'll come by and see you guys.
Yeah, great. We'd love to.
All right. Lucky Yates and Amber Nash, of course, from Archer. It's Amber C. Nash on Twitter and Lucky Yates, Yates, on Twitter for him. Send them some love. Tell them you enjoy the show and everything that these fine people do. Guys, thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
All right,
Thanks. It was super fun.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
It was awesome.
That was awesome.
I love that
It's
show.
great that we got to talk to them live.
You know, that's one of those shows. Someone asked me the other day if what animated shows I still watch, because I realized I really don't watch hardly any anymore. Like, I don't even watch Family Guy anymore. I barely watch South Park, and the only one that I named off the top of my head was Rick and Morty. I was like, I watch Rick and Morty, and they were like, I thought you watch Archer, and I was like, I do watch Archer, but I guess mentally I don't put it in the animated show category in my brain. Like,
It's just, is it different?
It is.
Because it's not like so off the wall. I mean, it's off the
not
wall.
cartoony.
yeah, it feels feels more realistic and just happens to be animated.
Like King of the Hill.
Yeah, kind of.
But
Yeah,
like with a little more out there, obviously.
yeah, but
Damn it, Archer.
damn it, phrasing.